What if I told you that the story of the Lion King, the one we all know and love, is built on a lie? That the heroic tale of Simba reclaiming his rightful throne is just the surface of a much darker, more tragic family saga. A saga stained by a curse that began long before Mufasa's fateful fall. Today, we re-digging deep into the shadows of the Pride Lands to uncover the cursed legacy of Simba, Mufasa, and the ghost that still haunts them. Scar, let's rewind. We see Mufasa as the perfect king, wise, strong, and just. But was he always? The original stories and deleted concepts paint a more complex picture. Mufasa wasn't just the older brother. He was the favored son. From birth, he was destined for the throne, showered with attention and praise. And where did that leave his younger brother, Taka? In the shadows, of course. Taka, the lion who would become Scar, grew up with a constant, bitter reminder that he was second best. Imagine living your entire life knowing you're just the spare part, the backup plan. That kind of resentment doesn't just appear. It's nurtured. It festers. The turning point, the moment Taka truly became Scar, is a story often left untold. According to the book A Tale of Two Brothers, Taka was tricked by a trio of hyenas into a scheme to make Mufasa look foolish. The plan: lure Mufasa into a confrontation with a massive water buffalo named Boma. Taka believed this would humiliate his brother and earn him some respect, but the plan backfired spectacularly. The buffalo, enraged, turned on Taka instead. Mufasa, ever the hero, leaped in to save his younger brother. But not before Taka was struck across the face by the buffalo's horn, leaving him with a permanent scar. When their father, King Ahadi, found out, he didn't comfort his injured son. Instead, he laughed and mockingly nicknamed him Scar. Think about that. The name that would become synonymous with evil was given to him by his own father as a joke, a permanent brand of his failure and a constant reminder of his brother's superiority. This wasn't just sibling rivalry anymore. This was a deep, psychological wound inflicted by his own family. The curse wasn't a magical spell. It was a cycle of neglect and favoritism. Mufasa got the crown, and Scar got a name that literally means damage. So, when Scar utters that chilling line, "Long live the king," as he sends Mufasa plummeting into the stampede, it's not just a grab for power. It's decades of bitterness, jealousy, and pain exploding in one horrific act. He wasn't just killing a king. He was trying to kill the golden child, the symbol of his lifelong inadequacy. He was trying to break the cycle by force. Now, let's talk about Simba. He's raised in exile, haunted by the belief that he caused his father's death. But what he truly inherits is that same family curse. When he returns to the Pride Lands, he's not just fighting Scar. He's fighting the ghost of his father. He's trying to live up to the impossibly perfect image of Mufasa, the king he barely knew. Think about his hesitation. He doesn't want to be king. The responsibility terrifies him. Why? Because the throne isn't just a seat of power. It's a legacy of conflict. The final battle between Simba and Scar on Pride Rock is more than just a fight for the kingdom. It's the culmination of this family tragedy. Look at the parallels. It's a nephew fighting his uncle, high above a deadly drop, surrounded by fire and chaos. Simba, in his anger, mirrors the very aggression that defined the conflict between his father and uncle. When Scar, in a moment of desperation, whispers, "The hyenas are the real enemy," he's trying to pass the blame, just as he's done his whole life. But when Simba forces him to admit the truth about Mufasa's murder, it's a moment of catharsis for both of them, and for the audience. The secret that poisoned the family is finally out in the open. But does the curse end there? This is where it gets really interesting. Simba wins. He takes his place as king, and the circle of life is restored. Or is it? Let's look at The Lion King 2. Simba's pride. Simba has a daughter, Kiara, but he also has a son, Kian, in the Lion Guard. Notice a pattern. Kiara is destined to be queen, while Kian is given a different, but still important, role. Simba, consciously or not, is repeating the same dynamic that destroyed his own family. He's overprotective of Kiara, haunted by the loss of his father and the betrayal of Scar. He sees threats everywhere, even in Kovu, a young lion who is, ironically, Scar's chosen heir. Kovu is the other side of this cursed coin. He was born in the shadow of Scar, raised by a vengeful mother, Zira, to be a living weapon. His entire purpose is to avenge Scar and reclaim the Pride Lands. He is what Simba could have become if he'd let his grief turn into hatred. The relationship between Kiara and Kovu isn't just a cute romance. It's the potential to finally break the curse. It's the union of Mufasa's line and Scar's legacy. It's two individuals choosing love over a history of hate that was forced upon them. When Simba banishes Kovu, he's acting out of fear. He's becoming the suspicious, isolated ruler, just like Scar was in his final days. He's perpetuating the division. It is Kiara who has to stand up to her father and deliver one of the most powerful lines in the entire franchise. We are one. She's not just talking about the two prides. She's talking about their shared history. She's saying that the lines between us and them are artificial, that they are all connected by this tragic past. The true resolution of the Lion King saga isn't Simba defeating Scar. It's Kiara and Kovu uniting the prides. It's Simba finally learning to let go of the past and forgive. He has to forgive Kovu, but more importantly, he has to forgive himself and break free from the shadow of Mufasa. The curse was never about magic. It was about the choices made by each generation. It was about whether to choose unity or division, love or hate, forgiveness or revenge. Scar's return isn't literal. He doesn't come back as a zombie lion. He returns in the form of the hatred he left behind. He returns in Zira's thirst for vengeance. He returns in Simba's fear and mistrust. He returns as a persistent ghost, a reminder that the past is never truly dead if you don't learn from it. The final victory isn't about erasing Scar from history. It's about acknowledging his tragic part in it and choosing a different path. It's about ensuring that no other cub, whether a prince or an outcast, is ever made to feel like they're just second best. The legacy of Mufasa and Scar is a warning. It shows that even the most noble families can be torn apart by jealousy and misunderstanding. And the story of Simba, Kiara, and Kovu is one of hope. It shows that it's up to the next generation to heal old wounds and truly, finally, complete the circle of life. What do you think? Was Scar a victim of his circumstances, a legion of followers, and plotting his revenge from the Outlands? This precedent is crucial. It establishes that Scar's consciousness, his malice, his very essence, can exist and influence the living world even after his physical body is gone. The Mufasa movie could easily borrow from this concept. Imagine a scenario where a disgruntled follower of Scar, or a new villain seeking to harness his power, performs a similar ritual. The trailer already hints at a new, formidable antagonist from Mufasa's past. What if this new threat, defeated by Mufasa long ago, has been biding their time and sees an opportunity to bring back an even greater evil, to challenge the current king, Simba? This would be a brilliant way to connect the prequel-esque narrative directly to the future of the Pride Lands. It's not just about telling us what happened. It's about showing us how the past is about to violently collide with the present. Think about the storytelling potential. We'd get to see Mufasa's rise to power, his own struggles and triumphs, all while a parallel story unfolds in the present day with Kiara learning these lessons. Rafiki isn't just telling a bedtime story. He's preparing her, and by extension Simba, for a threat rooted in their family's history. The narrative could be structured as a dual timeline. In the past, we see Mufasa deal with the seeds of darkness that will eventually corrupt his brother. In the present, Simba must confront the full, terrifying bloom of that same darkness, manifested as Scar's vengeful spirit. This would elevate the prequel from a simple origin story to an epic saga spanning generations. Let's consider the new characters introduced in the trailer. We see a white lion, a potential rival or ally from Mufasa's youth. The lore of the Pride Lands is rich with stories of different prides, rival kingdoms, and ancient magic. Perhaps this new character holds the key to either preventing or causing Scar's return. They might have ancient knowledge of the spirits, or a personal vendetta that leads them to make a pact with a deceased tyrant. The Mufasa movie is a golden opportunity to expand the world, to show us that the Pride Lands are part of a much larger, more complex ecosystem of power and magic. And what better way to demonstrate that than by bringing back its most iconic villain in a new, even more terrifying form? The emotional weight of such a storyline would be immense. For Simba, this isn't just another external threat. This is his personal demon. The monster who murdered his father and haunted his entire life. To face Scar again, even as a spirit, would force Simba to confront his deepest traumas. It would test his leadership, his courage, and his faith in the circle of life in ways we've never seen before. We saw him defeat Scar physically, but can he defeat him spiritually? Can he banish the shadow that has loomed over his family for so long? This is a character arc worthy of a king. It would be a battle for the soul of the Pride Lands itself. And what about Kiara? She's the next in line. Seeing her father battle the ghost of her infamous Gritsunkel would be a powerful and terrifying lesson in what it truly means to rule. It would show her that the crown isn't just about parades and ceremonies. It's about protecting her family and her kingdom from evils, both living and dead. Rafiki's story wouldn't just be history. It would be a warning and a guide. By learning about Mufasa's strength and wisdom, Shiest, being armed with the knowledge Shialel, need to face the darkness that her own father is currently battling. The story becomes cyclical, showing that each generation of rulers must face the echoes of the past. So, how could this look on screen? Imagine epic, visually stunning sequences. Simba, older and wiser, standing at the peak of Pride Rock. As a fiery, spectral image of Scar materializes in the clouds above, his laughter echoing across the savannah. We could see the Pride Lands wither under Scar's ghostly influence, a supernatural plague that Simba must find a way to stop. The final battle might not be one of tooth and claw, but a battle of wills, a magical confrontation where Simba must rally the spirits of the great kings of the past, including Mufasa, to finally banish Scar's spirit from the mortal plane forever. It would be a spectacle, blending the emotional depth of the original with the expanded magical lore of the Lion Guard. This theory also neatly explains the film's structure. Why tell Mufasa's story now, framed through a conversation with Kiara? Because the lessons of Mufasa's reign are directly relevant to a new threat posed by his brother. The movie's title is Mufasa, but its soul could very well be about the eternal conflict between the two brothers and its impact on Simba's reign. It's not just a prequel, it's a mid-kel and a sequel all rolled into one. A bridge connecting every corner of the Lion King universe. By bringing Scar back, the filmmakers can honor the past while forging a bold new future for the franchise. It's a move that would satisfy longtime fans by bringing back a beloved villain, while also introducing fresh stakes and a deeper mythology. So, what do you think? Is the Mufasa movie secretly setting the stage for Simba versus a spectral Scar? Or is it more likely to remain a straightforward origin story? The evidence from the Lion Guard and the narrative framing of the new film certainly point towards a supernatural showdown. It's an exciting prospect that would add incredible depth and drama to the saga. For me, the idea of Simba having to finally and completely purge his uncle's evil from the world is an incredibly compelling story. It would be the ultimate test of his kingship and a perfect way to close the loop on the family tragedy that started it all. Let me know your theories down in the comments below. Do you believe Scar will return? And if so, how do you think it will happen? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies. We'll see you in the next one.